Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Carly's world on General Hospital has once again been thrown into turmoil, and this time her anger is being pointed directly at Liz. Viewers know that Carly has always had a sharp tongue, a quick temper, and an instinct to protect herself and her loved ones at any cost. But the latest spoilers reveal that she is about to level one of her harshest accusations yet. Carly becomes convinced that Liz may have been the one who turned her into the cops, and the fallout from this suspicion could change multiple storylines across Port Charles. For Carly, the fear of betrayal is worse than the actual crime, and her mind immediately begins drawing connections and assigning blame. She believes that Liz, with her connections to the hospital and her personal history with various members of Carly's family, may have finally decided to make a move against her. Whether she is right or wrong isn't the immediate issue. What matters is that Carly, once she sets her sights on a target, rarely lets go. The tension between Carly and Liz has always existed in one form or another. Their paths have crossed for years, sometimes as reluctant allies, but often as rivals circling around the same people, the same conflicts, and the same dramas that define Port Charles. So when the police begin circling closer to Carly, she cannot shake the feeling that someone inside her orbit gave them a push. In her mind, Liz stands out because she is close enough to know things, trusted enough to overhear, and perhaps motivated enough to act. Carly lets her anger take control, and instead of searching for facts, she follows her instinct and storms forward. She demands answers. She hurls accusations, and she refuses to let Liz walk away unscathed from the confrontation. Spoilers tease that this showdown is going to be one of the most emotional face-offs the two women have had in years. Carly's accusation does more than stir up drama. It reopens old wounds, revives long-buried grudges, and forces everyone in their circle to take sides. For Liz, the idea that Carly could accuse her of betraying her to the cops is infuriating and heartbreaking. Liz has made plenty of mistakes in her past, but loyalty is something she values deeply. She has stood by people she loves, she has fought to protect her children, and she has taken risks that jeopardize her own safety for the sake of others. So when Carly corners her and demands to know why she would stab her in the back, Liz is stunned. She tries to defend herself, but Carly isn't interested in reason. Carly is interested in finding someone to blame, and right now, Liz is her chosen suspect. The confrontation spirals as Carly dredges up every ounce of animosity she has ever felt toward Liz. She reminds her of past betrayals, failed relationships, and moments of weakness. Carly paints Liz as someone who would always put herself first, someone who would be more than willing to cut a deal with the police if it meant saving her own skin or protecting someone she cared about more than Carly. Liz tries to explain that she had nothing to do with the cops coming after Carly, but her denials only fuel Carly's suspicion. Carly interprets the protests as lies, and the more Liz insists, the louder Carly becomes. Their argument escalates until it feels like the entire hospital could hear it, and everyone who witnesses it is left shaken. Spoilers indicate that Carly's outburst isn't just about Liz, it's about Carly's desperation. Carly knows she's in a vulnerable position with the law breathing down her neck, and lashing out at Liz is her way of regaining a sense of control. She cannot face the possibility that her own actions may have brought her here, so she transfers the blame. By accusing Liz, she convinces herself that she is still a victim, rather than the architect of her own downfall. The danger in this approach is that it alienates people she may need on her side, and Liz is not someone who takes false accusations lightly. This conflict could spiral into a feud that shakes up the hospital staff, friendships, and even family dynamics in ways that are hard to predict. The ripple effect of Carly's accusation spreads quickly. Sunny hears about it and questions whether Carly is letting her paranoia get the best of her. Jason, caught in the middle as always, struggles with his loyalty. He doesn't want to see Liz dragged unfairly through the mud, but he also knows Carly will not forgive him if she thinks he isn't standing with her. The tension weighs heavily on him, and spoilers suggest that his attempt to play peacemaker may backfire spectacularly. Instead of calming the waters, Jason's involvement could make Carly feel even more betrayed if she believes he is leaning toward Liz's side. Meanwhile, Liz is left with the fallout of Carly's attack. She begins to question why Carly would so quickly assume the worst of her. Part of her wonders if Carly has always been waiting for an excuse to blame her for something, using her as a convenient scapegoat whenever things go wrong. Liz tries to shake it off and continue with her work, but the accusation lingers in her mind. It hurts to know that no matter how much she tries to prove herself, people like Carly will never truly see her for who she is. This frustration could push Liz into making decisions that surprise even herself. She may become more defiant, less willing to forgive, and more determined to carve out her own space free of Carly's shadow. The police investigation itself remains a looming threat. Carly's outburst against Liz does nothing to slow down the legal process, and if anything, it makes Carly appear more unstable in the eyes of those around her. If she's willing to hurl accusations without proof, what does that say about how desperate she has become? This could play into the hands of those who actually are working against her, making Carly her own worst enemy. The irony is that while Carly is focused on blaming Liz, the real threat may be coming from somewhere else entirely. Someone else may have tipped off the police, someone Carly isn't even considering, and by fixating on Liz, Carly leaves herself blind to the actual danger. Viewers can expect raw emotions to explode in these upcoming episodes. Carly is relentless when she feels cornered, and Liz has her own breaking point. If Carly keeps pushing, Liz may snap in return, unleashing her own barrage of accusations. Imagine Liz pointing out all the times Carly has crossed the line, manipulated others, and destroyed lives without remorse. The audience knows Carly has a long list of sins, and Liz has no shortage of material to throw back in her face. Their confrontation could easily transform into a battle of truths, each woman ripping away the other's facade and forcing them both to face ugly realities. Spoilers suggest that this confrontation is not going to be resolved quickly, meaning fans are in for a prolonged feud. One of the biggest questions moving forward is how this fight will affect their children. Carly's kids are used to their mother's fiery nature, but even they may find it hard to defend her when she is going after Liz without evidence. Liz's children, meanwhile, will inevitably hear about their mother being accused, and that could create tension and embarrassment for them. The next generation always feels the ripple effects of these adult conflicts, and this time will be no different. Spoilers hint that family dinners, school drop-offs, and even hospital visits could be overshadowed by whispers and judgmental glances as everyone takes sides in the Carly versus Liz war. For fans who have followed General Hospital for years, this storyline is a reminder of how complex both Carly and Liz truly are. Neither woman is perfect, and both have histories filled with mistakes, lies, and redemption arcs. Carly's strength has always been her ability to bulldoze her way through obstacles, but that strength often morphs into arrogance and paranoia. Liz's defining trait has always been her resilience, but that resilience is sometimes mistaken for weakness or passivity. Bringing these two women into direct conflict forces them both to confront the darkest parts of themselves. Carly accuses Liz because she cannot face her own culpability, and Liz resists because she refuses to let Carly rewrite the narrative. Spoilers also tease that this fight may not remain contained to just Carly and Liz. Other characters could be pulled in, deepening the drama. Nina may relish watching Carly implode, while Jocelyn may lash out in defense of her mother. Finn could step up for Liz, further entangling himself in the drama at a time when his own personal life is in shambles. The hospital, already a hotbed of secrets and scandals, could become ground zero for the latest feud, with staff forced to whisper about what's really going on behind closed doors. Port Charles thrives on gossip, and once Carly and Liz's shouting match becomes public knowledge, everyone will have an opinion. The longer Carly insists that Liz is guilty, the harder it will be for her to walk back her accusation if the truth comes out. This is classic Carly. She charges forward without thinking of the consequences, and when the dust settles, she finds herself isolated. Will she eventually realize she was wrong, or will her pride prevent her from apologizing? And if she does apologize, will Liz even accept it? Spoilers suggest that Liz may not be in a forgiving mood, and the bitterness from this conflict could linger long after the police investigation concludes. The scars from this kind of betrayal, real or imagined, are not easily healed. As the story unfolds, fans should prepare for plenty of twists. The cops closing in, Carly's paranoia spiraling, Liz's patience wearing thin, and the involvement of their friends and family create a combustible situation. Carly's accusation may start as a desperate act, but it could evolve into one of the most impactful storylines of the season. Viewers will be left wondering whether Carly is simply wrong, or if Liz truly has secrets of her own that might one day justify Carly's suspicion. Either way, the drama is set to explode, and the fallout will be unforgettable. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.